This is the second video in a series that we're doing to help homeowners understand why it's important that they participate in the property tax protesting process. Reason 2, if you file a valid protest, you are very likely going to be successful. Historically, over 70% of Texas property tax protesters have been. In this video, we want to examine why that is, and one of the primary reasons is mass appraisal. You may remember that I live in a small county called Utopia County. It used to be just me and my brother here, and old Bob at the Utopia County Appraisal District was responsible for assessing the values of our homes. It was pretty easy for him. He grew up here, and he knew everything about the county, and he had time to do it since there were just two of us. Now, over the years, the county began to grow, and it wasn't just me and my brother anymore. We had new subdivision development, office buildings, factories were built, and Utopia developed into a thriving metropolis. Now that was great for the county, but it wasn't so good for old Bob over at the County Appraisal District. They gave him a little help, but it wasn't nearly enough to keep pace with the growth in his workload. As a result, Bob was no longer able to appraise the houses individually. He was forced to use mass appraisal techniques to get the job done in a timely manner. Now, I can't go over the details of mass appraisal in this video, but at a high level what happens is the appraisal district breaks the county up into groups of homes and other property that it considers to have similar characteristics and influences on value. These groups are usually called neighborhoods. Through statistical analysis and running sets of calculations, assessed values are estimated, keyword estimated, for each home in the county. Looking at it another way, if the red squares on this chart represented the real values of these 10 homes, so home number 2 has a value of $5 and home number 4 has a value of $15. Mass appraisal uses statistical analysis to come up with the best guess estimate for each home using all the available data associated with the houses in this neighborhood. Most of the times it's a pretty good estimate. It is directionally correct. But I've built a few models over the years, and the one thing I know with certainty is that the model is never 100% correct. That's what these differences between actual and estimated value represent. They are errors, fundamentally overestimates of value and saving opportunities for the homeowner. Now, I won't read this chart to you, but it's section 23.01 of the Texas Property Tax Code. What I want to highlight to you is the last sentence, and in particular the last 2 lines of the chart. They say that all evidence that is specific to the value of the property shall be taken into account in determining the property's market value. And that's the fundamental job of a property tax protester, to provide the county appraisal district with evidence specific to their home that supports a lower assessed value. If you produce it, the property tax code and the law says the appraisal district should respect it. Now, to sum this all up, once again, the property tax code requires individual home appraisals for the purpose of property taxation. However, appraisal districts typically lack the money and the manpower required to actually perform individual appraisals as mandated by law on all the homes for which they are responsible. Therefore, mass appraisal techniques are used. It's understood by the appraisal district that mass appraisal is not precise, but it's the best available alternative at this time. The imprecision of mass appraisal creates an opportunity for homeowners who present specific information that supports a lower assessed value of their home to win, just as over 70% of Texas protesters have done historically. And that's one more reason that you should participate in the property tax protesting process.
Little boxes on the hillside, little boxes made of ticky-tacky, little boxes on the hillside, little boxes all the same. There's a green one